Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends who came here tonight not by accident, but because deep down, you know, you need this message. I want to start with 3 words that can change your life forever. That's it. That's the whole sermon. That's the whole secret. That's the key you've been carrying around in your pocket, but never pulled out to unlock the door. But of course, we're human. And humans? We're professional excuse makers. We can explain away anything. We can justify our laziness. We can rationalize our fear. We can defend our comfort zones like they're castles we must protect. We're so good at it, we don't even notice when we're doing it. Think about it. How many times have you told yourself something like this? I'll start on Monday. I don't have the time. I'm too tired. I'll do it when the kids grow up. I'll do it when I'm in better shape. I'll do it when the economy improves. Sound familiar? Yeah, because we've all done it. Every single one of us. But let me tell you a story. There was once a farmer who had a piece of land, rich soil, good water supply, and a perfect climate. His neighbors begged him to plant crops, but he kept saying, "Not this year. The weather might turn bad. Not this year. What if pests come? Not this year. Prices are too low." Year after year, he made excuses. And you know what he grew? Nothing. Nothing but weeds. While his neighbors, who planted anyway, despite the risks, despite the worries, harvested food, wealth, and a future for their families. Now here's the punchline. That farmer, he didn't lose because of drought. He didn't lose because of pests. He didn't lose because of low prices. He lost because of excuses. And most of us, sitting right here, are living like that farmer. Excuses are thieves. They sneak into your life and steal your time, your dreams, your potential. They don't come dressed like thieves, though. They come dressed like reasons. They come disguised as logic. I can't go to the gym. I worked all day. I can't start a business. I don't have the money. I can't write that book. Nobody will read it. But here's the truth. You're not protecting yourself with excuses. You're poisoning yourself with them. Excuses keep you small. Excuses keep you average. Excuses keep you safe in the short term, but they destroy you in the long term. Let me tell you about an old man I met years ago. He was sitting on his porch in a rocking chair, and we got to talking. He told me about all the things he wished he had done: start a business, travel the world, write a book. So I asked him, "Why didn't you?" He leaned back, sighed, and said, "Always had an excuse. Too busy, too broke, too risky, too late. And now, well, now it really is too late." That broke my heart. Because the saddest words in any language are, "if only." If only I had tried. If only I had started sooner. If only I hadn't given up. Don't let your life end in if-onlys. Don't be that old man in the rocking chair with nothing but regrets. Let's get real. Excuses feel good in the moment. They let you off the hook. They give you a temporary sense of relief. But they don't change your reality. Your bills don't care about your excuses. Your body doesn't care about your excuses. Your dreams don't care about your excuses. The world only responds to results, not reasons. Imagine going to your boss and saying, "Hey, I didn't finish the project because I was tired." Do you think the boss says, "Oh, that's fine. Thanks for being honest"? No, you still don't have a job if you keep doing that. Excuses don't pay rent. Excuses don't feed your family. Excuses don't build your legacy. If I could go back in time and talk to my younger self, I'd grab that kid by the shoulders and say, "Listen, every excuse you make is one brick in the wall between you and your destiny. Stop laying bricks. Tear that wall down before it buries you alive." Because that's what excuses do. They build walls. And before you know it, you've walled yourself into a prison you created with your own words. The opposite of excuses is ownership. Ownership says, "I'm broke because of my choices, but I can fix that. I'm overweight because of my habits, but I can fix that. My relationship is broken because of how I show up, but I can fix that." When you stop making excuses, you stop giving away your power. See, an excuse is really just a way of saying, "It's not my fault. It's out of my hands." But ownership says, "It might not be my fault, but it is my responsibility." And that shift changes everything. Let me get vulnerable with you. There was a time in my life when excuses were running the show. I told myself I couldn't eat healthy because I was too busy. I couldn't exercise because I was too tired. I couldn't save money because I didn't earn enough. And then, boom, I hit rock bottom. Lost my job, gained weight, relationship fell apart. And I remember looking in the mirror one day and realizing my excuses had finally caught up with me. It was nobody else's fault. Not the economy, not my boss, not my childhood. It was me. That's the day I said, enough. No more excuses. And slowly, painfully, one choice at a time, I started rebuilding my life. Not by waiting for the perfect moment, not by blaming circumstances, but by taking responsibility. And if I can do it, you can do it too. You can have excuses or you can have results, but you can't have both. The people you admire, athletes, entrepreneurs, leaders, artists, they've all faced the same obstacles you have. They had the same 24 hours, the same fears, the same doubts. The difference? They chose results over excuses. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. No excuses. He worked harder. Oprah grew up in poverty. No excuses. She built an empire. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison. No excuses. He came out stronger and changed a nation. What's your excuse compared to that? We live in an age where excuses are almost celebrated. Scroll through social media and you'll see people defending mediocrity like it's a virtue. I'm just big-boned. I'm not a morning person. I deserve to treat myself. Listen, self-love is great. But self-love doesn't mean lying to yourself. Self-love means telling yourself the truth. And the truth is, excuses are holding you back. I once gave a group of people a challenge. I asked them to write down every excuse they'd been using in life. I don't have time. I don't have money. I don't have connections. I don't have talent. Then I told them, take that paper, crumple it up, and throw it in the fire. Watch your excuses burn. Because once you stop clinging to them, you're free. Let me remind you, life is short. You don't have unlimited time to keep making excuses. Every day you delay is a day you'll never get back. Excuses steal your todays. And one day, you'll run out of tomorrows. So if you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. This moment, right now, is the invitation to stop making excuses and start making progress. When you catch yourself making an excuse, replace it with action. Instead of I don't have time, say, I'll make time. Instead of I don't know how, say, I'll learn how. Instead of I can't, say, I'll try. Do one small thing. Take one step. Even if it's tiny, it's better than hiding behind an excuse. Close your eyes for a second. Imagine your life if you never let an excuse stop you again. Imagine the body you'd have, the career you'd build, the relationships you'd enjoy, the confidence you'd feel. That life is possible. Not easy, but possible. And it starts with a decision. No more excuses. So here's my challenge. Tonight, when you go home, write down the 3 biggest excuses you've been telling yourself. Be honest, brutally honest. Then, right next to each one, write the truth. Excuse, I don't have time. Truth, I've been wasting time. Excuse, I don't have money. Truth, I haven't managed my money. Excuse, I can't do it. Truth, I'm scared to try. Face the truth, because the truth will set you free. Every time you make an excuse, you are not just postponing action. You are literally handing over the steering wheel of your life to fear, doubt, and laziness, and then wondering why you keep ending up in the wrong place. Excuses are clever liars, whispering to you that tomorrow will be easier, tomorrow will be safer, tomorrow will be the perfect time. Yet tomorrow never shows up because tomorrow is just another disguise for never. People don't fail because they lack talent or intelligence. People fail because they buy into the soft, sweet lullabies of excuses that rock them gently into the grave of mediocrity. The world is full of people who could have been great, who could have been legends, who could have changed history, but they let a simple excuse like, I'm too tired, or I'm not ready stop them cold. An excuse is the most expensive thing you'll ever own, because it costs you the only currency that really matters: time, opportunity, and the life you could have lived. I would rather fall flat on my face chasing my dream with no plan, no safety net, and no guarantee, than sit safely on the sidelines holding a perfectly polished excuse. Excuses may protect you from embarrassment today, but they'll guarantee regret tomorrow. And regret is a far heavier burden to carry than failure ever could be. If you want to know what your life will look like in 5 years, don't check your bank account or your resume. Just look at the excuses you're making today and multiply them by 1,825 days. Every excuse you speak is like telling the universe, don't give me the blessing, don't give me the opportunity, Don't give me the breakthrough, because I'd rather stay comfortable where I am. When you strip away the polite language, every excuse boils down to one truth. I am scared to try. And until you face that fear head-on, you'll stay chained to it forever. Think about the irony. The very energy it takes to craft an excuse could be the same energy that moves you one small step forward. But most people would rather burn their fuel on words than on action. Excuses are the stories you tell yourself to stay small. But here's the good news. Since you are the author, you can put down the pen, tear up the script, and start writing a new story today. Nobody on their deathbed says, "I'm glad I played it safe and kept a drawer full of excuses." They say, "I wish I had tried. I wish I had risked. I wish I had lived." Excuses sound best to the person who makes them, but they look like weakness, fear, and wasted potential to everyone else watching from the outside. When you let excuses guide your life, you're not just letting yourself down, you're letting down your family, your community, your future self, and every single person who could have been inspired by your example. Excuses don't just stop you once. They multiply, they compound, they build momentum, until you're drowning in a culture of your own delay and can't even remember what real effort feels like. The biggest dream killer isn't failure, because failure teaches you something and forces growth. The biggest dream killer is excuses, because they keep you from even starting. Every excuse is like a little lock you place on the door of opportunity, and the more locks you add, the further you keep yourself from walking into the life you were meant to live. The most powerful thing you'll ever say is not, "I can" or "I will." It's the quiet, firm decision to say, "No more excuses," because that is the moment everything in your life begins to shift. Excuses are the invisible chains around your feet, but the truth is, the key has always been in your pocket. Your decision, your ownership, your courage, and the moment you use it, you're free. Friends, you were not put on this earth to live small, safe, and stuck behind a wall of excuses. You were put here to live fully, to love deeply, to give greatly, to rise boldly. Excuses will always whisper in your ear. They'll always be there. But so will opportunity. So will possibility. So will the voice inside you that says, "You can do this. Get up. Keep going." So the next time that excuse comes knocking, slam the door in its face and say, "No more excuses. I choose results. I choose responsibility. I choose life. Now go out there and live it."